Hi team, Mr. Rator here. You're looking at chapter 1, proofs, and we're doing mixed practice 1, question 13. Just a quick read of this. It says, prove that the difference between the squares of any two odd numbers is a multiple of 8. Okay, so let's just start with two odd numbers. Let's go with 2a plus 1. And let's call the other one 2b plus 1. Okay, so it's a multiple of 2 plus 1. And we need to take the difference between the two squares. So first of all, let's just square this one. So if we get 2a plus 1, we square this, we end up with 2a squared is 4a squared. 2a times 1 is 2a, double it is positive 4a, and 1 squared is 1. And likewise, if we square the second odd number, we're going to get a similar expansion, which is going to be 4b squared plus 4b and plus 1. And if we take the difference of these by subtracting one from the other, we're going to end up with 4a squared plus 4a. 1 take away 1 is going to disappear, so that's going to be minus 4b squared minus 4b. Okay, so literally the ones will cancel when we subtract. So if we factorize this out, it's all a multiple of 4, so let's take the 4 out first. Let's use some square brackets because I'm going to factorize further inside. So there's a common here, so if I take the a out, I'll end up with a plus 1. That's going to give me a squared plus a, so that's what I'm going to end up here, minus, and if I took the b out here, I'm going to get b plus 1. Close that bracket. So let's just have a look at this. So might yeah, tell you what, because I think I'm confuse you guys, I've missed a slight step here, so I'll quickly just go back and put all the steps in so you know exactly where I'm getting that from. So let's just go there so you know exactly what's going on here. So take the 4 out. What we got here, we're going to end up with a squared plus a minus b squared minus b. So just going to put that additional step here so you know what I'm doing. So what I then decided to do is keep the 4 out, and in here there's a common factorize this expression, a squared plus a, take the a out and put a plus 1, close bracket. Now don't forget a minus b is coming out, so that must be positive b, because minus b times b is minus b squared, and minus minus makes a plus, that's going to be positive 1 in there. I'm going to close the bracket there. Okay, there we go. So we know that this expression, when we take the difference between the squares of any two odd numbers, we've got this scenario. Now we're going to look at each individual one first and see how we're going to get another multiple of 2 out. Now what we can say is, so we can use the same argument for b later, but a can be either odd or even. Okay, so if we said a was odd, then a plus 1, odd number, add 1 becomes even. Okay, and likewise, otherwise, if we said a was even. So we got this scenario here, or we got this scenario where we claim that A is even, then A plus 1, even plus 1, is going to give me odd. So either way, even times odd or odd times even, I'm going to end up with an even. So that's going to say, so A times A plus 1, because of this reasoning here, that's going to end up as a multiple of an, well, it's going to end up as an even number. So that's a multiple of 2. So let's just call that 2c. Let's just call that 2c. That's going to be because that's going to end up with a multiple of some integer here. For the same reasons, or similar reasons, we could argue that here, this being odd and this being even, or this being even and this times in by odd, again, it's going to be a multiple of 2. Is going to end up as an even number, because we know that odd times even is even, and even times odd is even. So that's going to end up as, let's just call that 2d. Okay, so we're going to end up with an even here and an even here. So 2c, 2 times some integer value, minus 2 times some other integer value here. Either way, you're going to end up with a multiple of 2 in this bracket. So if we took that multiple of 2 out, we already got a 4. We take that multiple of 2 out, and we've got here inside, we've got an integer. We're going to end up with an integer where we're saying that c take away d is some integer value. Okay, so we're going to end up with 4 times 2 is 8, and let's just call that n. Okay, let's just call it k. So we're going to end up, when we take the difference between the squares of any two odd numbers, it's going to end up as a multiple of 8 for these reasons. Okay.